My children, it's quite a dark day for all of us. A dark day indeed, I might add. Or in my case, a sad time in general, whichever you may see. It seems as though certain bullshit just loves to slap us across the face for no reason whatsoever. And by bullshit, I mean wall breaching.
You're a fucking idiot. This needs to stop. Now.
Now, for those who do not know what the term wall breaching is, let me just go ahead and sum it down for you. It's basically when one who intentionally or unintentionally, whichever the case might be, glitches himself inside of an object or a building that cannot be accessed within the main game. You know, something that's closed off for a reason, that's just used for NPC stuff. And they end up using it for their own, like, intentions, whatever the case may be. Once again, so far I've only seen this in Bounty Hunter, and from the past previous videos that you've seen with me dealing with certain wall breachers, it's becoming a major problem. I mean, it's probably become a major problem at this point, because with the game being out for almost a year now, it's like when something gets fixed, something breaks, you know, knowing Ubisoft. But, you know, whenever they try to, you know, make something better, it seems as though something always happens. And that's usually the case with a lot of games nowadays. Now, apparently there's some geniuses out there who are actually showing this kind of, you know, scrubby technique, I would like to call it, out to other players to see it. And while I'm trying to figure out why they're doing this, I can understand as to why they are. You know, they want to try to spice it up, you know, make sure that we bring something new in our lives when it comes to this game, even though it's like starting to get stale at this point. But at the same time, did they ever take into account about, you know, how it would affect player versus player, you know, the aspect of it, I guess you could say. And it's really not looking too good at this point. Every session I get into would consist of, you know, just normal players. But after about, what, 3 sessions in, I end up getting one target who just loves to use this technique for their own purposes. And there are times when I may be able to try to get to them, but there are times when they can actually kill me through the bullshit that, you know, that they use. And most of you are probably thinking, well, Jordan, you can obviously kill these guys. Trust me, I'm well aware of how we can actually kill them, whether it's through shooting them through certain panels, such as window panes or something like that, using certain weapons, or in this case, your boy Surge sniper rifles, since that's everyone's preferred weapon, or using certain explosives like, you know, grenade launchers, like the Control-Alt-Delete launcher or the stun grenade launcher. But here's the thing though, and I'm pretty sure most of you already figured this out because of the previous title updates, how every time you face a target, they're buffed up like a goddamn tank. And think about it like this for a minute, just take it from my perspective, you know, with just a grain of salt. It's not always going to be easy. Ever since that one update, it's like, shit, things are always going to be going sideways. If they learn how they were killed once, they're going to prevent it a second time, and this is every single time. And most people are thinking, well, maybe you're bad and you should just get better at the game. First of all, bitch, I know I'm bad at the game. I don't proclaim myself some sort of god of Watch Dogs 2. If any, I'm just as mediocre as any other mediocre player in this mediocre game, if you like to put it mediocrely.
Mediocre?
And secondly, it doesn't take a genius to know that this is basically cheating. You're griefing other players for no reason whatsoever, so you can try to get at the top of a leaderboard that really doesn't make too much sense and just a bunch of bullshit. At the end of the day, it's just numbers. Why people still see it as something they need to proclaim every single time is something that I basically will never understand. During the time that I've been playing this game, I've come across a different amount of types of players, if you want to put it like that. A lot of them. A damn lot of them. And this consisted of not only regular players, but skill players who could drop you on your ass in less than a minute, roofers, oblivious players, and last but not least, campers. Every damn time. I can even name 3 instances where I was able to kill my targets based purely off of wit or just bullshit luck because, hey, that's how much time I've put in this game, and it's like, why just stop there?
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
But wall breaching, really, my dude, really, right in front of my scrumptious salad, it's just bullshit at this point. And pardon my French, but it's like, why would most people just go down a certain kind of path when they know that, you know, they can obviously be better at the game if they have gotten help, or just, you know, just repeatedly keep on playing. You don't have to use certain tactics to try to get ahead. It's like, Jesus Christ, now I didn't know people were being this sweaty when it comes to gaming. It's like, do you really have to use certain stuff like this just to try to get an advantage over your opponent? It's like, I don't even know at this point. I love Watch Dogs 2, don't get me wrong, I have my moments with it, but deep down, I know for a fact that this game is broken in several more ways than one, and it's like, this is one of them. I know Ubi tries, you know, fix or, you know, do something of their nature, try to make sure this game is much more playable, just like any other game they've created, but there's always going to be some sort of, like, crack in there, I guess you could say. You know, when they fix something, something else breaks, unfortunately. But that's with every other game, and it's like, if they don't see the main problem, I'm pretty sure they do, it's like, what can you do at this point? All I can say is that unless you're like me, who wants to challenge themselves and try to, you know, break down the barrier and say, hey, I can do this, so you can do this as well, then at most points it's not even worth it, unless you feel as though you have a strategy. And even then, sometimes you can either come up short, or you can just end up winning it altogether, you know. You just have to risk it to get the biscuit, is all I'm trying to say. And at this point, it's like, I don't know. With no updates coming up soon, it's like, who knows what's bound to happen next. Hell, if they happen to release a new update or DLC that's based solely on trying to fix the game, then hey, I'm all for it. But until then, it's like, you just might want to try to stay out of certain lobbies like this. Trust me, it's not worth the headache, it's not worth the rage. At the end of the day, it's just a game, and if you don't get something, you'll have another opportunity or chance to get it. I mean, both are the same thing, but still though. But yeah, other than that, shit, I don't know what else to say. Just stay safe out there in the world of Watch Dogs 2, and I guess that's it. Also, Wallbreachers can suck a dick a lot of times. A lot.